You're welcome. So, yesterday evening, Stephen A. Smith got his first W from me, after he challenged a female caller who called into ESPN to speak on the Udoka case, the Boston Celtics coach who had a consensual sexual relationship with a female worker, from the Boston Celtics basketball club. And, they say that it is, against company policy for two staff members to have sex. And as such, Udoka will be losing his job for a year. It's a suspension.
Oh my
and,
God.
His name is being dragged through the media. So Stephen A. Smith used his platform on ESPN to say that, two persons are involved in the situation. If women want equality, why is it that only the man in the situation has been outed for his actions in the matter? Why is it that his image has been placed under public scrutiny while the woman's identity has been kept private? Why is it that Udoka is the only one that is being suspended for a year, publicly destroying his image and his brand in the public domain, while the woman is being protected, which means she can get another job easily, she can walk in the streets easily, nobody will have anything, to say against her character, and she will therefore go unscathed despite being just as guilty as Udoka in the matter. Now, this female caller, I don't know who she is, and I don't even want to give her any credit based on the fact that she's one of those persons who doesn't deserve a platform because objectivity is not part of her forte. She called and she was getting in her feelings, and and the way she was saying Stephen A. should not be pointing fingers, even though the media is clearly pointing fingers at Udoka.
Oh my
She's
God.
saying that Stephen A. shouldn't be pointing fingers because Udoka did this and Udoka did that and Udoka did this. So she's ironically saying that Stephen A. should not be pointing fingers while she is pointing fingers. And all Stephen A. Smith is basically saying is that, look, why can't we have the real concept of equality? Why is it that we can't give women what they want? You want equality, then bear the blunt of what equality comes with, such as accountability. Women want equality with explanation. If you and I are involved in a sexual relationship, you as the man, you should be outed, because you're the man. You should take the blunt of the arrows while I, get protected and go unscathed. However, we want equality, we want the same pay, we want everything that benefits us. But when it does not benefit us, we don't want equality in that case. A man should be a man and take all the bullets and all the arrows, And if there is a nuclear catastrophe, the man should be the first to go out there and get poisoned to see the severity of the nuclear waste. But the woman should stay inside. But we want the first food that is grown, or we want equal share of the food that is grown after we start to replenish the earth because we want equality. It can't be like that. And that is exactly what Stephen A. Smith was saying yesterday. And he rightfully shut up that caller when she tried to badger him on his own show or tried to make little of the point that he was trying to make. But during his rebuttal, Stephen A. Smith also backpedaled. And let me say this. When Stephen A. Smith is backpedaling, he's one of the best to do it. Stephen A. Smith will say the ball is red. And if he notices that the comment is not getting the response that he intended, he can backpedal so perfectly, fitting in words like a jigsaw puzzle to the point where when he is finished talking, you will be convinced that he said the ball was blue before and not red. And that's exactly what he did yesterday. And I understood why he did it, but based on his first comment, I know what his original stance is, and therefore I won't hold it against him. You see, ESPN is one of those companies that has been bantering for this Me Too bullshit, that has been going on, that, has clearly been weaponized, like them other scamming things that came through a few years ago, when the government was robbed of billions, trillions of dollars. The Me Too program has been weaponized just the same, and ESPN is one of those companies that have fallen for the banana in the tailpipe. And as such, upon realizing what the woman was doing, and she was getting ready to use the female tears of innocence and against Stephen A. And so he started to backpedal in order to save his job. With the same thing with Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes came out a day earlier and was saying that these things happen from time to time, and he feels like Udoka was purposely being singled out and being ostracized. In an overbearing manner. He was being overpunished. And he too has a contract with ESPN. And shortly after, he did another video and said, well, I want to take back my statement because I didn't know as much information. And also, we know where that is coming from. That is also coming from ESPN. So a lot of these guys, in the media, when they're the formal media, when they're speaking up for themselves, these big entities tend to remind them who is cutting their checks. Who are you working for? If you want your job, say this. And as such, many of them have been forced to change their views on things that they want, because many of them have retired from sports. Many of them, this has been their major goal, to work on a major television channel, and so they have heeded to the powers that be, But I'm still giving Stephen A. Smith a win, just for the fact that he did speak what many men are wondering. Why wasn't this woman's identity revealed?
Oh my
Why
God.
isn't she being placed under the same public scrutiny that Udoka is going through? Why? Why aren't women placed in the position where they receive all the cause and effects of the equality which they so badly desire? So I'm one of those persons who strongly support, a woman being independent, a woman getting equal pay, a woman being allowed to do any job she's qualified to do. However, I also feel that the punishment and the reward should be equal. I'm out.